I couldn't find any motivation, and I couldn't take the book only. After the office, I was feeling very down. Yes, sir. And just that's it, sir. Even morning, I'm trying to get up, but I'm unable to get up. That exam time, I would definitely get up at the time, but this time, due to the office, I think that's it, sir. Like, I'm unable to manage both.
Yashashvi, I think I lost your connection in between. Like I lost your connection.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So I understood that you are a working professional. So you're not able to study after you come home, right? That is what is happening.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So can you help me understand what did you try and what actually happened? Let's say in a particular day, when you come home and when you try to study, what is happening? What is actually happening for you?
Sir, firstly,
Mhm.
Firstly, I come by around 7 or 6:30. I come around that time. Then after that, if I take the book also, I'm not finding the motivation to read. Like I'm not getting that. As at exam time, you'll get that
Right.
automatic
Right.
thing to study. Na? That I'm not getting it, as it has been a long one gap. So that what will say inertia has been developed, like not studying. Otherwise, that continuous study 3 months, when I study continuously, so it was like a routine type. Now that routine has been disturbed, so I'm unable to restart it again.
Okay, makes sense. Makes sense. So, whatever you are feeling while during the exam preparation, that is not happening right now, right? That is the problem.
Yes, yes.
Now, let me help you understand what is the problem with this approach. Number one, when you're starting your preparation very late. So if you're starting your preparation towards the end of the examination or towards closer to the examination, that is necessary but not sufficient. Necessary but not sufficient. So what will happen that is, at that point of time, there will be too much of load for you. You'll have to study more in less time, creating artificial stress. One hand, examination is already difficult. Now, by starting late, you have to hurry yourself and you have to always keep to the catching up business where you're falling short of targets, where you're not able to meet deadlines. So that will add a lot of load. So, but you know this, the reason why you're not able to study is when you have too little time, you'll succumb to pressure. When you have too much time, you'll start procrastinating. So you'll have to find a balance. So especially for working professionals, you need to understand time is a very limited resource for you. You have extremely limited time. So as compared to a full-time student. So it is definitely important. It is definitely important for you to ensure you are using each and every minute. So you have to start looking at a correlation where if you're studying today, that is actually adding 1 mark in the main exam. So that is exactly how you have to look at every hour you study, that is directly adding 1 more mark for you in the main exam. So that is exactly how you have to look at and how you have to understand this entire process. So if you start seeing that correlation, if you start knowing that by studying today, you're reaching closer to your targets, that way you'll be able to start. Number one. Number two, the return on time investment. The problem with many of you is when you are trying to, study, when you're trying to study, after you try to study for, let's say, 1 hour. After studying for 1 hour, if you look at yourself, what amount of syllabus has been covered, if you see that you are very much distracted, if you see that you did not cover a lot of syllabus, you won't get the need or you won't get the motivation to study further. Which means if you're investing 1 hour, you have to get X amount of written. Only then human mind will push you to study more. So it is important for you. It is really important for you to ensure for every, 1 hour invested, you are making some progress. You are going forward. So that is the second step which you have to see. So today, what I'm going to do for you is in the next 10-15 minutes in the session itself, we'll find out a mechanism. We'll figure out a mechanism where that for the time you're investing, for the time you are studying, you will be able to get the particular output. So this is exactly what we can start working upon. Okay. So once you do it for today, once you see that after studying for 90 minutes, if you're able to cover X amount of syllabus, you'll naturally find a tendency to study more and invest more time in studies. This is the starting point. Once it is done, once you improve the quantity, then we can work upon the quality. Like, okay, how can I study better? How can I study faster? How can I remember better? How can I strategize the schedule? There are a lot of things which will come into play. So outright, let's jump into something with an institute material so that you can kickstart. Okay, this is what I can say for you. Is it clear, Ashwi?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Who's next? Who's going next? Guys, let's also keep, please switch on your video. We'll have to, I'll quickly pick up 3-4 questions and then I'll have to move. Especially those who are coming for the first time, use this opportunity. All those who are coming for the first time. Shruti, you're there? You can unmute yourself and switch on your video. Those who are coming for the first time, please, I just want to quickly solve 3-4 questions and I want to move on. Yes, guys, switch on your videos. Yes, who has the next question? Please unmute yourself. Next question, who has the next question? What exactly is stopping you from studying? Why are you not able to study? So I just want to solve 3-4 questions, then we'll sit into the live video, live study session. Unmute yourself, switch on your video, you can start asking. Ashalata Di, do you have a question?
No, actually, I am a retired person.
Yes, ma'am.
So I had completed my CA in long back in 87.
Good to
So
know.
I wanted to pursue my dream of completing CA and becoming a CA. That's why I just wrote the exam last time after retiring. So right now I'm not in a position to ask you anything because I am just like a new student.
Right, I understand. Good to see you. Ma'am, so whenever you try to study, or let me start with your last attempt. What was your score which you got?
I got 145.
145 in group 1 or group 2?
Group 2 only. Group 1, I haven't done anything.
Okay, so let's look at 145. Now this 145, you were able to obtain it with a reasonable effort. I'm not sure if it's completely strategic, if you have put in a lot of work. So you tried something. With that effort, you already got 145, which is 2/3 is done.
I left out SCMP completely. I didn't do anything.
Right. So there is clear-cut gap which can be improved. So one is you already written an attempt and you got 2/3 of the marks. So this time, all we have to do is we have to go and get the additional 1/3. Now, to get this additional 1/3, let's look at the numbers. In SCMP, I'm sure we can add around 20 marks easily. So from your previous score to the current score. So now this is going from 145 to 165. To add this 20 marks, let's say it will take us 20 days. How much time can you study per day, ma'am?
Actually, now I am leading a retired life, but the thing is that being a housewife and a lot of social commitments, like family commitments, will be there in between. So, what the problem I faced was, I am not able to do a continuous study. So if today I'm studying, next day I may have some assignment, like somebody is sick, I have to go to hospital, like that, which I can't say no because now I am at home, not working. So naturally you are forced to go. Like that problem I am facing. So there is no continuity in my studies.
Right.
So when I when I study next day, it is just like starting all over again. Like I have to come into the track. That's the problem I am facing mostly.
Okay. Ma'am, can we slightly look back at your career? While you are working, what are your work timings?
My timing was from 8:30 to, actually the timing was 8:30 to 5:30. But since I was heading the taxation department, had to stay back on the due date filing and all.
Right. So on a given day, I believe you would go to office, right? 8:30 to 5:30.
Yeah, correct.
So let's understand it in two ways. That was your profession. You gave a commitment to your profession. No matter what happens in your personal life, you used to go to office from 8:30 to 5:30.
Yeah.
The reason being somebody is paying you some money or somebody you have become accountable to someone, right?
Yeah.
That is your first career. Now let us call it your second career. Now, why am I talking about it? If I look at somebody like Donald Trump, he had 3 careers in his life. After he has become a successful businessman and decided why to waste his whole days, let me become a president. And he has become that. So when somebody can do it, you can at least become a chartered accountant. So this is exactly a simple example. Now I'm not commenting on whether he did the right thing by becoming or not. I'm not getting there. So at least when somebody can become a president, you can become a chartered accountant. Now, how can you do that? The answer is there in my question. 6 months ago or 1 year ago, when your same life, same set of people in your life, when you're able to devote 8:30 to 5:30 on a given day, now when you're saying that something is happening, something is coming in the way, which means you're not serious enough. So first thing is you have to hire yourself for preparation. Let's say your company XYZ has hired you from 8:30 to 5:30. This time, hire yourself from 9 o'clock to 4 o'clock. I'm only doing preparation, nothing else. So there are two ways to make sure this works upon. For example, you can join our live study hours where everybody, like today, instead of getting observed in their own world, they're coming together. Now they're sticking to the game. So from X point of time, people switch on their video, everybody will study together. This is one option. Second option, if you have something physical, for example, if you want to go to a particular library where you want to stay away from, just like you going to office. So it is as simple as that. You know that by going to 30 days, by going to office for 20 days, X amount of work gets done. Similarly, if you go to a particular place and study for 20 days, SCMP will be done. As simple as that. It's only an effort issue. There is no question that, especially when you say that you're already able to crack 145, there is no question that you won't clear. So that is the only step which you need to do. So increasing the quantum of effort. By this step, you'll automatically go to 180 without any hinge of doubt. 180 will happen. From 180 to 220, by using some cushion, all we need to do is slightly modify the strategy, slightly modify some techniques, slightly allocate our resources in a particular way. Since you're talking about since you're preparing for group 2, I would like to show you something which will give you some additional clarity. So let's say if you are preparing for group 2, if you are looking at this particular score sheet or mark sheet, are you able to see the screen, ma'am? Everyone are able to see the screen?
Yeah.
Okay, so these are the numbers which we're talking about. You said that you did not prepare for SCMP. Now I'm not asking you to go and score an exemption SCMP. All you have to do is please go and fed this minimum number. What was your score in the previous attempt?
In SCMP? 22.
Perfect. Decent. So we just have to add another 22 marks. Whatever you scored already, let's add another 22. Then you will cross 44 in SCMP. The average is just 46 even for these are all chartered accountants. As you can see, all of them just scored 46 average here. Now, what was your score in elective in the previous attempt?
I had chosen international taxation as elective subject. In that, I got 48.
Fantastic. So there is a scope for improving another 20 marks. You can see the average here. So 20 marks here, 20 marks here, 40. You're already at 185. Now, in direct taxation, what was your score?
Direct tax, just 40 only.
That is enough. You are already reached. So let's add only 5 to 10 marks, which will take you to 190. IDT.
IDT was the subject in which I got the maximum.
What was the score?
I used to get, this is the third attempt I am doing this time when I wrote in May. First attempt, I got 57 in IDT. Second attempt, I got 48. I think 48 or something below 50 only I got.
Okay. So we can add another 10 marks, right? In IDT easily. So this is helping us cross the 200 mark with a simple thing. where we are not putting all the efforts in an equal way. We are distributing the efforts in terms of the scoring, because 50 into 4 is not the right strategy. This is an easier strategy than getting 50 into 4. A couple of 60s, couple of 40s, end of story. This is exactly what has to be done. So that's it. Two solutions. Number one, quantity of effort has to become very systematic, very linear, and very straightforward. One, you can use our live study hours to maintain that accountability, or you can use a physical library, or if you're living at your home, just lock the door. As simple as that. Just simply locking the door will solve a lot of issues. That's it. And once, if you keep saying no for 3 times, for example, with due respect, your son or your any family member asks something from you, just say that you're working. Like you're working on your career, right? You're working on your second career. Please do it. So once you say no 3 times, next time no one will ask you. It's a simple thing. Then and you're also doing it for them. Like it's not like it is an individual thing. The moment you clear, it's a proud moment for the entire family. We always call CA as a family course. So that art of saying no is one thing which you can do. In terms of the techniques, like this is a starting point. How we can improve from X point to Y point on all of that, we'll take care of. We'll be able to help you to improve the quality of the preparation. So these 2 steps. And in fact, we would be proud to have somebody like you, where, when people say that I'm 32, I'm yet to be married, can I still clear? So we just have to show this particular lady our inspiration.
Here I am above 60 and wanted to pursue my dream.
Wonderful, wonderful. You'll become our poster woman for the coming batches to come.
No, I would like to ask you one thing. Did I make a mistake by choosing international taxation?
Not at all. It does not matter. Not at all.
Because this time I found it very difficult. I don't know whether I'll clear or not. Because
see, I'll tell you, ma'am. So fundamentally, the whole point is clearing CA requires X amount of effort, both in terms of the quality and quantity. It's not that it cannot be cracked. We are understanding that you're putting 70% of the effort which is required. You already done 70%. You have to increase the scope of the item, both in terms of quantity and quality. That will automatically take you there. Let's slightly increase it. We'll repeat what has already been done, and then we'll increase it. That's it. So it's not like a different paper would have done something differently, because it's an open book. At the end of the day, you just have to logically know where your answer is hiding and mention it. Since you have 4 hours, so 48 is a decent score. Nothing to think twice about it. And since you're from the taxation department, and since there is interlinkage between direct tax and international taxation, it'll obviously help you.
But this time I don't think so. The May exam was very bad for me.
Of course. See, the whole point is question papers are going to get tougher. You'll see November and you'll see the new syllabus. So we are leveling up and scaling up. That is for sure. What I'm trying to tell you is that we are not trying to reduce. I'm not asking ICI to reduce its level. I'm only working hard to ensure the quality of the students or level of students is going up. That way we can compete ourselves with MBA or ISB. That is exactly the whole game. So let's not complain. I don't have any complaint about difficulty of paper, because we have 3 to 4 months to work hard. So that time we are good and we have good enough time. Let's look at it that way.
Okay.
Sure, ma'am?
Okay.
Any further questions?
No, not further. Actually, I was feeling lonely because, I don't have any companion in studying. So when I came across him, I thought, why not join it?
Perfect. So you'll get a lot of company, and already you're getting a lot of positive messages, like you're already inspiring them.
Seen it. Yeah.
So I definitely want to have you inside. Probably you will be seeing you more often inside the community. So today we'll start with a small live study session, and you can stay back, ma'am, if you have time, because 9 o'clock, some of our super students will be presenting it. They'll be presenting some topics. So please feel free to stay back and have a look.
Okay.
That'll give you some
Thank
clarity.
you so much. Thank you so
much. My pleasure.
Time.
Thank you for joining us today. Thank you.
Sir, I would like to say one thing, sir.
Yes,
it's like
yes.
Asharta ji is like way too ahead than all of us. She's already there. I mean, she's already setting up her own standards. She's in her own level of games. I would say that.
Right.
I mean, at 60s, she's scoring like 140, 160. It's too great, sir. It's too great, sir, actually.
So we have got a different benchmark altogether.
Yes, sir, of course. Now we have to do it in another level. So we have to increase our standard. That's for sure.
That's
actually, I got son like you. He only encouraging me to, he's in EY.
My ex-company.
So he's only encouraging me to pursue my dream.
Actually, it's great, ma'am. It's great. I mean, you telling the score of 140, 160. It's like it's amazing. I mean, you're scoring 57 marks in IDT. I mean, I've never even crossed 50. So it's great for me. I would say you're great, man.
Thank
So,
you. Thank you so much.
Prem would resubmit an application for changing the study buddy.
It's better if we have 3 people.
Wonderful. We'll look into it. And oh, wonderful. We have a very, very, very special guest.
Yes, sir. It's Suresh ji, sir.
Yeah. Hi, Suresh.
Hi, sir.
Hi, how are you, Suresh?
How are you? Happy Guru Purnima, first of all.
My pleasure. Thank you. And see, Guru is because of the student. No student, no Guru. That is something which is very important. Only good students will make good Gurus. So, as you can see, Suresh is one of my super proud students. There won't be a single session without his reference. In fact, today I went to a TV studio where they interviewed. The only case study which I showed is Suresh. Like, this is the kind of students we have. Pleasure to have you, Suresh. How are things going on? Please, the stage is open for you.
Great, sir. Great. Everything is going great, actually.
We would like to have some tips.
Tips in the sense you have Guru called Himakan, sir. So you can have a lot of tips from him.
Let me structure this conversation so that you'll get the most of Suresh. This guy is an amazing person. Even I get inspired by him. So Suresh, I'll let's structure this systematically. Number one, it's been more than a year since you cleared CA.
It's almost 1.5 years.
1.5 years, right? So before and after clearing CA, what is the significant change? What is the most important change?
Significant change that I'm one of the earning person in my family, first of all.
Okay.
Then in my mental abilities, I've seen a lot of change. Like interacting with new people, like in the corporate. I never went to a corporate office anyway, before I joined EY. So, so interacting with new people gives me like new thoughts. Like we share thoughts, then we talk.
Right. This is a very good point, because if you're not clearing CAs, you're surrounded by semi-qualified CAs. If you clear CA, you're surrounded by CAs. So network is your network, and that's a fantastic point. Now talking about the income, like I would not ask you for a specific number, obviously. So what is the X in like 1 year without clearing CA versus 1 year clearing CA? What is the income multiple for you?
Me, before clearing CA, I used to say, I haven't worked 7. After articleship, it took 2 years for me, because of the COVID. So during articleship, it's almost like some amount. I can give you a rough multiples, say 20 times.
Wow. Wow. It's like, finding that fancy Bitcoin or digital currency, which will boost your thing like anything. So this is what I'm talking about. For land to multiply 20x, it will take 10 years. I think, Suresh, you have taken 80 days to clear the exam, right? I think let me go back and, share this. It's a nostalgia moment. So let's go back and look at it. In fact, even yesterday, our day before yesterday, we start most of the sessions with this amazing case study. Let me explain his own case study in front of him. This sounds really cool.
Am I not disturbing, right? So
not at all. Like I can't.
I just joined and listening to that madam. I don't know her name, but
yes, Asha ji. Yes, yeah, I think people are more happy to see you because they have been seeing you in this format.
It's like watching someone who's been in poster. He's now coming to. It's like a celebrity meeting.
So this is the same guy. I think this guy, and you'll never fail in the exam preparation. Ultra powerful testimonial. We just have to talk about it. That's how it is. So
this is your line, sir. Actually.
Yeah, I understand.
The first live session I have attended. So you told this first sentence, you will never fail in the exam, but in the preparation.
Yes.
That caught my mind, actually.
But the reality is, even after saying thousands of lines, nobody remembers them. Like students are like Rajnikant. You say one line, people only remember those lines. So when Rajdeep says that this is the last investment of my life and the last attempt of my life, and I was able to clear, so these lines will become powerful. So students only trust students. So that is why you have popularized this lines, not me. So we started it all started in the month of December. While I was surfing through social sites, I came across this advertisement regarding a workshop called Super Student Workshop, stating the above line. Yes, it's in the ad, as you said. I immediately registered for the workshop and attended the workshop from 21st of December to 25th of December. I then came to know about mentorship, but did not register for the program, thinking that I got enough time for May 21, and also fee was not up to my standard. Yeah, can you explain this, Suresh? Like, because when you came home, like the same place, and you look like you trusted this very much, you were into this very much, but what held you back? At that point of time, the fees was also minimal, right? So what stopped you?
At that time, like I did mention, right? I have almost 6 to 7 months of time for the May attempt.
Okay.
So that was the main reason I stepped back. And also that time I am not earning as such.
Right.
Then step back. Then
So,
after the attempt, when I got failed, then I decided again. I applied again. It felt like the fees is way big, way more. But someone I already told you, like Pawan is the one who actually convinced me to take this.
Wonderful. So you're talking that at some point of time you thought you had more time and less money. So that's the reason why you want to experiment with time, not with money. Now, next time when you came back, obviously the fee has increased significantly. I also remember the huge change. At that point of time, how did you manage? Because I remember you saying that your father's income is very minimal. So how did you manage and how did you arrange for that money?
I straight away asked my father, like, I need some 15K. So I have my savings around 10K, 10 to 15K. Then I asked my father to provide me some 15K for the last time.
Okay. Fantastic. So once you decided, okay, probably the decision making factor is once you decided this is the solution, you felt since you experienced that time is not going to solve it, you wanted to have a quality intervention. So that is the point till this junction, right? Now, as it is said, life always gives a second chance. It was in the month of September where I came to know about Super 6 mentorship. I had applied and selected for the program, but now the fees for the program is relatively higher and all of that. I somehow managed the funds and my journey towards this started. This time, all I have is 80 days for my exams. I have started preparing under the guidance of Imagon sir, and the result is pass. Now, this is a huge statement. Now, what happened in this 80 days? Like when you're saying that a lot of things changed in 80 days. So all of us are really curious to know what exactly happened in 80 days.
The first and foremost thing is before joining him, like Super 36, I took around like 3 months or 3 to 4 months to complete one subject. Like, like I used to prepare 3 subjects altogether, like 3 hours for one subject, 3 hours one subject, 3 hours one subject, total 10 hours, 3 subjects every day. It went on, it will go around like 3 to 4 months to complete those 3 subjects. Even without revision. This time, time is a factor. So you have given me the one technique, the 1 week, 1 paper strategy. So that was the key. That was the main.
Got it.
Because here the time is fixed. Now the time is fixed. 1 week you have to complete it anyway. The subject. So earlier I didn't have I didn't fix any time for for a particular subject.
Right.
But now when I joined, the time got fixed. So my plans got changed according to the time. So I need to come. Even I force myself to complete 1 paper in a week. That's a major change.
Now you're scaring some of the students. I can see from their looks. How can you say that whatever took you 1 month, you're able to complete in 1 week? It's like there has to be something different, right? How can 1 month become 1 week?
Again, into that, again, one more technique, which is called fix block. I don't remember the technique name, but I remember 50 is to 10. So that took my focus. Earlier, I used to read, and the effective hours would be around 5 to 6. Now, due to this focus block, I used to concentrate only on the first hour, then the second, then the third. So that way, I used to only focus on the hours, not on the content. every hour my goal is different.
Wonderful.
That way I can manage it effectively.
So with this technique alone, you're able to save almost 3x of the time. Like what took you 1 month, one technique help you to solve it. Okay, this is one.
And also you mentioned like pick 16 to 20 marks per day. So that technique also helped me. Like majority, like I chose like ABC category. So mainly I took A and B category. I somehow left over some C category topics.
Fair enough. So one thing is you're blocking your focus for 50 minutes and then you're covering at least a decent amount of chunk every single day. So even if you end up covering like 10 to 12 marks, still 7 days or 6 days is equal to 70, 80 marks where maximum syllabus is done. Okay, done. So what is the next important? This is for syllabus completion. Now, what is the next important technique which has helped you?
Revision, of course, revision. Like every 15 minutes, we used to do revision of 5 minutes. And by the end of the day, we used to have an end of day revision and then mom. And then again, by the end of the week, we have full day revision, which helped me a lot because final preparation time, we only have 1 day to revise everything. So for that, we're already preparing here every week, Saturday. Like we are, what do you say? We're already practicing that 1 day preparation.
Cumulative revision, yes.
That helped.
Right, understood. So one is your syllabus completion within 1 week. The second part is cumulative revision, FTR technique plus cumulative revision at the Saturday. These are two things where you're able to remember things. Now, what is the third most? Like, how are you converting this into the exam marks? What happened there?
Exams, like weekend exams. You used to conduct weekend exams. The best part about weekend exams is like we are the ones who are going to evaluate. We know where we are wrong at. We have that list of some of the what do you call them mistakes that we do.
Right, mistakes. Yes.
So before going to the final exam, we know what are we capable of, what mistakes we did. Then we again improved. Then we replicated in the final exam.
Right. Fantastic. So I think it's in the order, like we talk about syllabus completion, revision, and exam presentation. So when it comes to exams, identifying mistakes is the most important. When it comes to revision, frequency of revision is the most important. When it comes to syllabus completion, speed, start point, end point is the most important. I think this you have explained it beautifully well. Now, in terms of yesterday, one of the students, Srinivas Jagtap, was saying ki, I attended this workshop 6 months ago, but I did not join then. And I think that was a regret. Others I would have been already a CA. And the same thing is what you mentioned. Now, what is happening with most of the students, Suresh? Because why are they taking 6 months time? Like even after failing so much time. So my concern is if at all they have to clear, it's better they get started. They're wasting 6 months unnecessarily and coming and taking the same decision, paying more fee. So what is your take on this for the students who are still thinking?
First thing is like fees, sir. Like I did mention, the first thing students usually see is the fees. Even yesterday, I got a call from, I don't know, maybe has reached you or not, Ashwini Kumar.
Okay.
So he called me, yeah, this is too high. So what can I do? I've given your contact also. Like I don't know whether he's connected with you or not. The first thing is students will look at it's fees.
Right.
So they think fees plus time.
Right.
After the attempt, they think like this. They have 6 months enough time. But when the actual implementation comes into picture, then the time flies and they attempt this.
Right. So Suresh, what is your recommendation now that you are from this side of the fraternity? Now that you have seen problems as a student, you also have seen possibilities after clearing where you are able to increase your income 20x, where you're able to work with the right set of people, right? You're liking the interactions, good quality communication, good quality interaction, network working on, and most importantly, I'm sure you're able to increase the standard of living of your parents. I'm sure your father would be like, okay, my son started with my retirement income, whatever took him like 30 years, that is your starting point or even more, right? So this is all you're experiencing. So from our perspective, we want to serve more students. If we have to help clear more students, what should we do differently? What is your suggestion to us and what is your suggestion to the students?
For you, sir, I cannot give you a suggestion because it's you know the like your mentorship, the costs that you're bearing. So I cannot comment on that. But for students, don't go with the I could give you advice, like don't go with the fees, but go with the techniques that you learn. Even if you waste the money, like even if you don't clear, you'll at least end up learning something new. At least you have that belief that I've did something new from the earlier attempt.
Perfect.
That I can give you.
Wonderful. So Suresh, like on behalf of all the students, I'm asking you on record, and in fact, I have already shared a mail on CA Day, because we definitely want you back. Like that role is done. You've been a super student. Now we want you to get into the super CA and eventually progress into a mentor. So in terms of time, every day, like most of the days, for example, there are exceptions. Can you commit around 30 minutes, 9 to 9:30 p.m.? Can you start?
Every day?
Yeah, most of the days, at least.
Yeah, sure. I already submitted a form, I guess, last Sunday.
Yes.
But it was mentioned 3 hours per week. I thought it will be around weekend.
No, see, that is also fine. So the whole point is, say, I'll explain you the structure. Let others also jump in. Now, what is happening is, one thing we did really right in terms of how we are building this organization is, we are extremely honest, Suresh. Like we are not giving a culture of academy and all of that. So it's very straightforward. This is what we do. And I'm also, one thing I'm saying openly, at some point of time, we'll have to charge 1 lakh per student for Super 36. The reason is that I'll tell you why it is costing us so much. It took me 4 years to build this product. While I started this, my opportunity cost was around 25 lakhs per year, like basic opportunity cost. Most of my friends are already making 40, 50 lakhs with the kind of caliber. I have 12-year post-qualification experience. Like my opportunity cost is more than 1.2 crore. Only my opportunity cost. Plus the direct investment, we are invested more than 1 crore. Like when students, the workshop which you attended, like I think you would have paid 450 rupees for that workshop. Yes. For you to pay that 450, I spent 1650 from my end. Ads are such costly, like everything is costly. People don't, each mail is costing us X. People don't realize it. It's nothing wrong about it. And the other point is, if it's a recorded course, for example, if I'm selling a coaching class of accounting, I sell it for 10,000. Now I record it once and I keep on marketing it in Telegram channels. I don't have to put in my live time, and the same product is used 10,000 times, 1,000 times. That you can imagine the number 10,000 and 10,000 is 10 crore. Now with Super 36, even if we form a 36 people batch, what will it get? It's not even 1% of what is the opportunity, right? Number one. And number two, I want people to understand this like an MBA. Like, let's say if you have to, I'll probably introduce you to Mohit also. Once you are all part of the team, I'll bring back some seniors. Mohit is a triplet, chartered accountant, cost accountant, company secretary. Like I left company secretary one module because I didn't, find it valuable enough to put in more time. Like otherwise, all of us do it. After that, he worked with SEBI. After that, he spent 1 year with ISB. He invested 40 lakhs for 1 year. Now in 2 years, he recovered it. Similarly, whatever investment you put in, you'll recover it in 1 month. As simple as it. If you look at it that way, if you're not valuing it, for example, if somebody is not respecting it, if somebody is not believing it, forget about 1 lakh. It's not even worth investing 10,000 because you don't believe in it. And we always say, don't buy or don't join just because something is cheap. Buy something because it is valuable. Let's say you want to buy gold, you buy gold because it is valuable. You don't end up buying silver because it is only 70,000 per kg, gold is 50 lakhs per kg. So that is the approach, and that is the kind of students which we want to do it. And also the numbers, what I'm talking about, it's definitely less than the cost of failing by taking multiple coachings. Like each coaching is costing 10 to 15,000, and some coaching are like, even after putting in 1 lakh, like 1,60,000 students are attempting every time. 100% of them are putting more than 1 lakh in their coaching. It's not even 10% or 5% result eventually. So that is the approach, and that is the reason why we had to maintain it, to maintain the personalization. So that is exactly the numbers which are working.
So from the students' perspective, sir, like if they are spending around 1 lakh per mentorship, then you should be having a 6 to 8 months or 1 year of.
No, see, right now they're not even spending around on average. For example, right now, if they're joining after the result, they're spending only 5,000 per month. Yeah. Like right now, the average is only 5,000 or 6,000 per month. 5,000 or 6,000 per month is a joke. My daughter is 3 years. I'm spending around 75,000 for her. 75,000 for her for this. So when somebody wants to clear CA, And if they say that 5,000 or 6,000 per month is costly, you're talking bullshit. Because now tomorrow when you want to charge a client, for 4,000 rupees a return, you cannot, because you're not thinking, you're not valuing yourself. Now this 5,000 is also a great number. It's not a great number, but we specifically want to increase the socio-economic status of certain kind of families. Like I definitely want some case studies like you, so that they'll start looking at this, that not failing is not the end of it, because your entire family structure changes, your parents' lifestyle will change, your kids' lifestyle will change. It creates a different part. So this part which you are doing at 5,000 per month, it doesn't make any sense for us. But the point is, we are patient enough to build it. Tomorrow, once everything becomes clear, that is when we want to go. Let's say the average becomes 10,000 per month. That's what we're looking at, for example, like that. So from students' perspective, they need to understand what is the cost of failure. If you're failing in one attempt, you're losing 5 lakhs.
The major problem is this, sir. Like they are learning the opportunity cost, but they are not implementing it.
Right. You're right about it. So yes, I think you raised a very important point. But again, this is the perspective. So our idea is not to solve the problem of every student, but for any student who has a problem in clearing CA, we can solve that. The financial problem, we cannot solve it. And there is one more perspective to this. Who has the bank balance? Let's say somebody has 1 lakh in their bank balance. They need not clear CA because they anyways have money. For somebody who does not have the bank balance, they have to clear CA because this is the only way they can make money. Like more middle class people do MBA than rich class people, because they already have money. They don't need an MBA. So this is how it actually kind of works. But in terms of like EMI options or installments, all of that, the support will anyways give. But in terms of understanding, they definitely have to value this. Like this is the kind of investment which you have to put in. We are very clear about it. So yeah, I think we're getting the right kind of students today. That is also there. And like students like you are the pillars of this. We are getting more and more people like this. So
and I saw Ganesh Balakrishnan's sons also clearing CA.
Nishikesh.
Last time, like he convocated.
Like, this guy sent a letter when we asked for a testimonial. He sent a letter. It's a 2-page testimonial, the longest ever. It is so big that Google is not taking it. His testimonial is not still reflected in Google. It's so big. And this guy's testimonial is what we're saying. When people ask, what do you do? We don't say anything. Read it. That's it. End of story. So, in fact, I went and asked Ganesh. Ganesh was also there in the convocation. Like you,
so how was Ganesh feeling, sir? Like, I know that his son is failing multiple times. So how was his feeling? He's already a CA.
Right. So. I think I'll share this video. Probably it's in private mode. I don't know. I'll share this video. The first question asked is, you are my mentor. Like he is my mentor, obviously. You are my mentor. You mentor thousands of students, or probably you mentor even, you're a partner. Like, why did you send your son to me? So that is the first question of the interview. He was clearly saying, for certain aspects, father's emotion would not work. A mentor's precision is what it is required. You have to be professional. And I've seen you that you have built a particular approach, which is not seen anywhere. So he even mentioned, those who are thinking blindly join him. He went ahead and said it on board. And he's also referring that kind of students. Like he has sent one girl whose father is a CEO of a huge company. So the whole point is, that's his perspective. See, one thing, Suresh, never ever take career support from family. Family is there to support your emotion. Let's say you failed in an attempt. Family can tell you, don't worry, give one more attempt. That is fine. But family should not tell you what to do. Study this today, do this technique. No, don't let that. That's what is difference between personal thing and professionalism. So he was professional enough about that perspective, and it's not easy. Like he because a lot of people think they're infallible, but it's his strength. It's not my greatness. It's his strength. It is his ability to see a solution. And most important, Rishikesh is a hero. Like even after his dad, he's so humble, so obedient. Like. So they themselves cleared, and I am lucky to get a chance to work along with their fantastic family. That's how it worked.
Sir,
that's my problem. I disappointed. Like you were not in our convocation, but after that you were there in all other convocations. But you missed one convocation, I guess. That October 2020.
Yeah, I deliberately didn't want to go there, because the point is, when you're building the startup, like you put in too much effort and then it's not reaching out, and it involves a lot of things. So that attempt, especially when you're talking about it, I spent one whole attempt in isolation. There was one particular attempt I did not form a Super 36 batch at all. I just went back and looked at what is working, what is not working, we improved it. Like 6 months of zero revenue is what we did, but improved the program to a level where it has changed very differently. So now people are able to adapt things in 25 days, 30 days. These are a set of people who start meeting and interacting with them. So that is exactly where we have reached, Suresh.
Sir, I would like to say one thing, sir.
Yeah.
You said after failing an attempt, our parents should not say what to read. No, that's my problem personally, sir. Even my parents are saying, see what Himkant sir is saying, that's what we are also saying. Why are you not doing it? Why are you doing it when he is saying? No, that's the complaint that they are giving me, sir.
I'll make it simple. So whenever somebody has it, just ask them, how many students have you helped you clear? Like people come to this. Like my uncle is also CA, my auntie is also CA. Fine, fantastic. How many students they helped? How many testimonials they have? If they can do it better, pay them more. What is there? The whole question is, let's not get into this. Let's look at something very clearly. So if something happens to you tomorrow, an open heart surgery has to happen. Just because your uncle has studied, RMP at some point of time, would you go to him or would you go to the best doctor? So that is exactly, career is critical. For example, as I always say, if you drink, you'll only spoil your liver. But if you overthink, you'll spoil your career, which is far more dangerous than your messing up your health. So that's how the decisions have to be taken. So Suresh, to summarize, the outcome of this is, yes, getting started by spending some good amount of times. Probably I'll see.
Sure.
You'll be leading one exclusive batch. So there'll be a batch under you. So we'll work on it, and this will become your mainstream. And I see that you are able to inspire a particular set of people. And I'm very, very happy that you are here. It's a pleasant surprise for me. And any closing remarks from your side?
Sir, I can give you some suggestions to students.
Please.
So believe in yourself. Like from the day of preparation, think that you are already a CA and start prepare. That's what one thing you should do, and then forget about all other things happening around you. Like this, I can share my experience. So I got 2 to 2.5 months of preparation. So I said I literally bought my parents, have them seated in a sofa, and then said, I have 2 months. So you should not question me where I'm going, when I'm coming, what do I eat, when do I leave. I strictly said them, like, you're not going to ask all of these questions. I come, I go, I leave. You don't have to worry for 2 months. I'll take care of myself. And I remember I even didn't celebrate Diwali, Dasara for the first time in my life for this CFN. That's the effort you should put in to get the desired result. That's what make you a CA ultimately.
Wonderful. Very well articulated. So to summarize it, Convocation is the only festival which you should think of celebrating. Until then, no festival, you're not worried.
No
not
festival,
Independence. Convocation is the next festival. Once you celebrate Convocation, come back to your culture and start celebrating other festivals.
Just put in 6 months, right? So 6 months, after 6 months, you can celebrate anything.
Right.
Even any festival.
Right.
Even every day you can celebrate.
Perfect.
Just put in 6 months.
Perfect. Thanks for this, Suresh. And we'll continue. Suresh will be a part of the team. He'll keep interacting with us. And thank you very much for joining us, Suresh. I'm very happy.
Happy Gurupurnima, sir. I just saw. I just opened YouTube and saw that there is a live session.
Okay.
Live is happening. So then,
let me know.
And then went to WhatsApp. There was some link. Then I clicked on and then downloaded Zoom.
Okay.
Actually, I wanted to surprise you in the last day when mom was there.
Okay.
But I couldn't get up on that day. But today it happened.
Perfect. I can't think of a better day. I'm very happy and super proud of Suresh. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you all. All the best, everyone.
Thank you. Yes, sir. Thank you so much for coming here and inspiring us.
Thank you.
Sir, I think we have a new slogan, sir. No CA, no festival.
That's not, see, the problem is preparation is like a boot camp in terms of when I call it boot camp is like an intensive activity which you do in a particular point of time. Like the way he said it, like how simple it is. 2 months, leave me. Just leave me. I only want to eat, sleep and survive. Leave me. I'll do whatever headache it is. So that is what I was saying to Ashalata ji or anyone, whoever is looking at. Whether you're talking to your parents, or you're talking to your kids, or you're taking to your spouse, the rule is the same. Leave me alone. That's it. That is exactly what can be done. So now with this context, I believe we got a very, very pleasant surprise. I think most of your queries are resolved. And now that we got an official commitment from Suresh, which is recorded and live streamed, he'll definitely come back and spend more time with us. He doesn't have a choice. We'll push him to spend more time with you. He has cracked it. Like, let's use him to ensure to significantly boost your results. So what we'll do is from now, the next 50 minutes. He's talked about focus blocks a lot. If you remember, I was able to sit for 50 minutes. So we are sitting for 50 minutes. In this 50 minutes, you're only focusing on completing a particular target. If you do it today for 1 hour, that's it. It's a starting point. That is what you have to do. Tomorrow you do it for 1 more hour. So 1 hour is where it starts. 1 hour is how it has to start. Once it is done, 2 hours, 3 hours, it will slowly build. So 1 to 10 hours will go in 10 days. But first, let's focus on 1 hour. Whether you're already a Super 36 student or whether you're coming new for the very first time, that's totally fine. But we are going and sitting in the live study hour for the next 1 hour. Once it is done, at 9 p.m., we'll have some of the Super 36 students who will be presenting what they've prepared. So that's a new dimension altogether. So which you can experience it. Okay. Are we ready? Are we good with this? Okay. Now, the existing Super 36 students, please follow the bootcamp or 10-day strategy, which is already there with you. Like, continue it. Just focus on what you're studying. Done. Somebody who is coming for the very first time, I'll show you on the screen and then I'll share the link. Okay. So whenever somebody wants to start anything, like anybody wants to start anything, this is a fantastic starting point. Okay. I'm sharing this link. It's called Saransh. It's given by ICI. You don't have to buy any useless and cheap material from Telegram. ICI gives you everything fantastic. So whether you're inter, whether you're final, you at least have multiple subjects, whether writing group 1, group 2, anything. You have the strategic management, you have the SCM, you have audit, you have standards, anything is fine. Okay. For example, I've picked up SCMP to give you a quick context. Now, this is something which is prepared latest, like this is prepared this year, 2023 itself. It gives you a gist of everything, like once you complete index mapping exercise, this is the next best thing. So once you complete index mapping exercise, this is the next best thing. So what I want to do is pick up something from the link below, or if you want to study a different subject also, I'll share you this link also. This will give you, different groups also. Like you can look at different groups, or you can do this. Anything is fine. So don't waste time in thinking which subject to start with. Pick up any one subject from one of these links and get started. So once you get started, all you have to decide is it will give you some chapter numbers. For example, when you want to start this. So in 1 hour, probably you can decide to start from this. Okay, introduction to SCM. Let me complete these 3. Modern business environment, lean system and innovation. Here, 1 page is equal to 10 pages of normal content. 1 page is equal to 10 pages of normal content or even more. So you don't have unrealistic expectations. Just have 5. Look at the kind of depth it has. So just look at it. Focus on it, try to understand, do not memorize, do not test yourself, just go through that. Okay. So you'll realize that the kind of clarity which you're not able, like Suresh said, right? Whatever I was not able to complete in 1 month, I'm able to do it in just 1 week. So this is one such opportunity to have a overall understanding. Okay. So I hope what has to be studied is clear for all of you. If it is clear, please type clear so that we can start the study hour, and it will continue till 8:50. From 8:50, you'll take a quick break and we'll restart from 9 o'clock. Okay. That's what it is going to happen. If it's clear, please type clear. And I want everyone here to switch on your videos because this is going to be a live study hour. Please switch on your videos. Don't play hide and seek unnecessarily. Don't waste your time and my time by making me remind it. Switch on your videos. Okay. I have shared the links, and even students who are inter or some other level, your reference material is also available on the ICI website. So you can do that. So pick up anything and start studying. Simply whatever you think, pick up a paper and start studying. Have a target of 10 pages. 10 pages is more than enough in the next 50 minutes. Get started. Before you start, please mention in the chat box what you are studying. What exactly are you studying before you start? What are you studying? Let's say SCM reference 1 to 9 pages, or 3 to 9 pages, or 11 pages, or class notes, 2 questions, whatever it is. Anything is fine. Anything and everything is fine, but just get started. If you don't have any material already, so use the links which I shared earlier. So you can proceed ahead, Mitesh. Yes, you can continue that because that will take a couple of hours. You can do that. Yeah, go ahead. Mitesh, you can go ahead. Others? Okay, that's fine. Identity exemption is fine, Pawan. Go ahead. Go ahead. Guys, get started in the next couple of minutes. Next couple of minutes, please get started. Okay. So what I'm giving to you is this. Ashaji, I've shared a link for you. You just have to do that. Yeah, I can click on that link. Or if you're not comfortable reading something online, you can pick up any book, Ashaji. If I have shared you a link about what you have to study, so open that link and study from page number 3 to page number 9. If it's not very clear because of the age or other aspects which it's not able to study on the screen, pick up any book and decide to study. Like SEM, your class notes, pick it up and decide to complete, let's say, cost management techniques for 50 minutes. The idea is to study for 50 minutes without taking a break. That's what it is. Okay. Decision making is fine. Company law page number 40 to 40 are very good, Durga. That's very specific. Good. Go ahead. So get started, guys. All of you get started. Yes, it's exactly 8 p.m. So we'll study till 8:50. Okay, we'll study till 8:50 and we'll take a quick break and then we'll start at 9 o'clock. So continue doing what you are. That's what it is. Yes, you can start introduction to SEM. Yes, you can do that. Yes. Okay. So let me leave it in the live study mode. Yes. So the next session starts at 9 o'clock.